Good evening everyone, welcome back to Witch in the Woods. I am lying in bed on here on the Yogscast Complete Pack server. So, I've had a busy few days. Not just, like, in terms of what I was doing last episode, but also in, like, what I've had to do in between. Now my frames are being really low right now. I don't know why that is. But it happens every now and then. YCP is a very unstable kind of mod pack, so occasionally you get these massive frame drops and stuff, but we don't have to worry about that too much. One thing I do need to quickly check is how my power supply is doing. Can we access this? Good, we can. Right. So, last time I was trying to capture some nodes and trying to, like, get various essences and such, and I have succeeded. So, well, sort of. So I started out originally with the iron-capped wooden wand, which is very cheap to make, honestly. So it's just a stick and 2 iron caps. You don't even need to do anything particularly special with them. You don't even need, like, any kind of crafting for it, which makes sense. It's the introductory wand. Has a capacity of 25 on everything, and a 110% viz cost on anything you make. I then later upgraded to the gold-banded Greatwood wand, which you make with a Greatwood core and some gold caps. That's slightly more expensive, holds up to 50 in a given aspect. And I can proudly announce that I have now upgraded to a foully embossed Silverwood wand. Silverwood wand core I had to make in this infusion altar. I then had to also make, well, I actually already had a bunch of Falmium caps in it due to raiding dungeons. But I again had to make them actually charged inside the infusion altar as well. So, it's been busy. I've got a bunch of stuff. So let me see. What do we have on our to-do list today? Wand progress. Oh yes, one thing people kept telling me, Aurum. Ways to get Aurum. Let me see if I can find out which one it was. I think this now empty warded jar is where I had my Aurum. Let me get my goggles on so you guys can see this a bit better. There we are. Now, you need Aurum for a bunch of stuff. A bunch of kind of important stuff, which is kind of a pain because the only place that it turns up really reliably is inside of the... Let me just turn my render distance down for you guys because this is getting kind of painful. Is inside of Ethereal Essence. The two main ways to actually get Ethereal Essence, and wow, that did not help in the slightest. Really? Huh. If I stare upwards, will that help? No. Wow. Okay, well, we'll just have to deal for the day. So, yeah, the two main ways to get Ethereal Essence are from destroying Aura nodes and from killing wisps. Now, to the best of my knowledge, you can catch a wisp inside of a safari net, so I got myself a safari net, and I ran around looking for a wisp. I checked out Barrows, I checked out the Nether, I checked out almost every node I know of on the server. Couldn't find a single dang wisp. Not one. They are apparently extinct on Minecraft here. So instead, I just went around my node selection and found the weakest, most useless nodes I could, and just destroyed them. So as a consequence, I have a somewhat ragtag, but also very small selection of essences. Some you recognize, some maybe not. Quite a few Terra. Terra was a popular one in the nodes. But yeah, suffice it to say, kind of a problem. So managed to eventually get enough to make the Salus Mundus that I needed to make the wand core and the cap and such, and managed to get ourselves our wand. Now, you might be wondering exactly what that means with regards to stability of the infusion altar, because I had to mention that a few times. Let me just go over here. Whoop. Yep. Okay, so the infusion altar has stability. More specifically, things you make in the, like, particular craftings inside of the infusion altar have stability. So if I go to the Silverwood wand core, it has moderate instability. And if I go to the Falmium caps, they have moderate instability. So what that means is that when I make it, if I haven't like prepared the infusion altar properly, then I'm going to have issues with suddenly flux appears, entities around it get attacked by lightning, various things get zapped, potentially even destroyed off of the pedestals before they can be actually like absorbed by the infusion itself. So essentially, doing the infusion is it's a potential havoc, unless you have done certain things to actually, like, stabilize it. Now, the first and most obvious way to stabilize it, if I go down, about here, I think? Yep, nope, not here. But down here is a good start, anyways. Yep, if my frames will let me. Jeez. Yokai Temple is a lot easier to work with. If I go here, almost close enough, actually. Let me go that way. Okay, so this is the unfortunate thing I discovered when I was making this. So the first way that you can stabilize your infusion altar... Why am I apparently, like... I must be inside of a block here. There we go. That you can stabilize your altar is by... What is going on here? Come on. Play nice. Okay. Is by adding skulls. Now, it really doesn't want me to go up on this top block, does it? Jeez. So I've got, through here, some skeleton skulls, some zombie skulls, some creeper skulls, and some wither skeleton skulls. I don't think the enderman skulls actually do anything for this, but I decided, what the heck, it can't hurt, so I tossed them in as well. And you'll notice that these are all symmetrically arranged. So we've got 3 of each on each side, and they're all facing towards each other in this nice sort of like symmetrical pattern. Symmetry is a big deal when you're working with the infusion altar. Now, there's another few things we can toss in here to make this even more stable. So let me see, if I type in cluster, then this should come up with a few things. Okay, yep, there we are. So air crystal cluster, fire crystal cluster, water crystal, earth, order, entropy, mixed crystals. So these are all different clusters of the shards. So we have thankfully, can I not? Thank you. Have thankfully been growing the shard essence from our magical crops. So if I go shard, then we see I have 3,935 infused shard essence, with which I can craft pretty much all of the shards. So let's see, what can I get? I can get air, fire, earth, and water, as well as order and entropy. So I can use these. I can basically grow the clusters, and if I have the clusters down there and arrange them similarly symmetrically, then it will also increase our stability. The other one, the final thing that I know of that will actually stabilize this thing even more, are these tallow candles that you can get. Now these are dyeable, I don't know if the color helps here, and you get them with magic tallow, which you make in certain things inside of the crucible over there, which I haven't used in the slightest since I set it up. It's something of a waste at the moment. Might have to do something with that later, but not right now. So if you make a big arrangement underneath as well as on top and all sorts, you can increase the stability of your infusion altar. Currently, with the skulls down there, I have done... Nope, that's not where you want to go at all. I have done 3 different infusions of moderate difficulty, and I haven't had a single issue. Not one. Don't know if that's actually a reliable measure, but I call it a good sign. And I haven't done anything more than that. I haven't done high or very high or extreme, which is where you get into like the Farmic Tinker kind of section of things. But that is my progress. So let me see. On our clipboard, I believe that was something done. Infusion stability. Okay, capture a node. Because, you know, we've been talking about doing that for like 3 episodes now. So this wand has 100 of each aspect. We need 75 to make a node, to capture a node. So let me switch to our boxed nodes. There we are, boxed nodes. And where is our nearest one? It is right there, node 1. Let's go and grab this thing, while I talk about the homework, which was the Babadook. So, this was recommended to me by Dave Fairham and his wonderful wife, Karen Sue. Karen Sue? Wow, that... I think I just made a ship name. Paprika Sue. I haven't seen her in a while, you know. Can't imagine why. I know that, come on, I know that, there you are, thank you, finally. Okay, this place looks a lot different when you're on short render distance. Actually, it looks very oppressive and terrifying. Also, it's raining, so yay. Apologies to anyone who happens to have epilepsy. The toning down on the, night vision potion effect was not properly considered, I think. Let's get up in the air where it's not going to trigger as much. Alright. I feel like somebody should... I feel like the guy who made Advanced Genetics should maybe... Whoa. That's a new one. I don't know why that's going off at 7 o'clock at night. Okay. Moving on. That's my alarm. Or at least one of them. I have like 5. That's a weird one. Yeah, if you hear some ticking in my videos, that's another one behind me. I have a lot of alarms. But yeah, I don't know why that's gone off. But yeah, anyways. Well, where was I? Yes. Can I... There we go. Okay, we have a node. I believe I can just hit this. This is not a particularly grand node. Let's see, Aqua 12, Auto 12, very small numbers, but a lot of them. I found some which are like 50, and even one Terra node that is 100. So, gonna be grabbing those. But you can see that used about 60. I don't have enough to do that again, so I'm gonna have to recharge my wand. Yay. But we've got one, so that's a start. That is a start. So the Babadook concerns 2 characters which are, well, 3 I guess, who are fairly unfortunate in their circumstances. You have Samuels, the child, who is honestly a pretty good case initially for not having children, because he is insufferable, and I really feel for his mother, because just he is an awful little child initially, but like he has his own issues. He's weird, he is not well liked, and possibly a few of his issues stem from just not having a father figure, from having an extremely overworked and extremely tired mother who's had to put up with him for like 6 years. Although maybe it's just me and my lack of experience with children, but he does not look like 6 to me. He looks older than that to me. I don't know. Okay, so we've got our own little node in a jar here. It looks sort of like an Enderman version of the Eye of Sauron. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. Yeah. It's the Eye of Ender, I guess. Literally the Eye of Ender. Not the kid character from Ender's game, but still, anyways, I digress. Yeah, I've been feeling kind of off lately. I don't know what's going on. My stomach's not getting any better, it seems. If anything, it's getting quite a bit worse. But at least it's getting more infrequent. That's something. I don't know. Anyways, the mother is overworked, tired, and relentlessly aggravated by the efforts of Samuels to impress her, or whatever it is he's trying to do. I'm not sure, honestly. And then we get introduced to this other character, the Babadook. We don't know where it came from, we don't know where the book originates, we just know that it's turned up, and you can't get rid of it. Whether it's in a look or in a book, you can't get rid of the Babadook. And it's wonderful, like, iconic little cry of Baba, Dook, Dook, Dook. Yeah, it's like, it's a well-made character, and I love the sort of, like, the sort of pop-up book animation of when it's moving around. Like, it's got this jittery look of like when you pull the slide. It's really nice. It's very well done, exquisitely animated. And Kieran Dave, when he was watching this, correctly pointed out that it is a magnificent metaphor for postpartum depression. Now, if you don't know what that is, it is a high level of depression that occurs in a woman following birth of their child, or exit of the pregnancy stage. Let's just go with that. And considering the circumstances of Samuel's birth, it is perfectly reasonable to assume that she could be a potential sufferer of postpartum depression, and it isn't made any better 6 years later down the line. So it makes her crazy, it makes her itchy, it makes her desperate, it makes her cry, it makes her suffer and stress and all sorts. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And there's another movie called Cradle Will Fall, which I don't recommend watching, but that also deals with postpartum depression, but it takes it in more of a direct, this has turned the mother evil kind of route, whereas the Babadook takes it as, they both know that there's something bad in the house, so to speak, and that it's sort of inhabiting the mother figure and all of this, and it's not going away, but you can deal with it. Like, that's depression in a nutshell. So it's really nice to see that parallel. Especially with the ending, when they're actually dealing with it, because they can't get rid of it. So the Babadook is one big metaphor for postpartum depression, essentially. It's nice to see an actual, like, real issue, like, treated as the monster it can be, and then treated, in the end, with the cure that it should be getting. Or the treatment. Not like a cure, but anyways. So our next one is a bit kinder, because that one was really good. Our next movie is Gremlins. One sec. Huh. That's inconvenient. Catch you all next time, everybody.